One, two, one, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome. You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to UTRGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast,
the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope. This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Let's go. Saddle up, partner.
Hey guys, welcome to another great episode of Saddle Up Podcast. It's Friday G.
It's Friday G, baby.
It's Friday.
Friday G-Co time.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all, guys, we have a guest here, and before we started filming, I had told Matt, if I trained you for a week, all right, that's how confident I am in my training skills. If I trained you for a week, you could beat anybody in a race at UT Pan American, including this awesome guest that we have today.
Yeah,
Miss
and when
Kacey.
Today, Kacey Phillips. Kacey, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Do you believe that, Kacey? I think we struck a nerve. I think her competitive juices are flowing right now.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Here's what I think. I think Matt's legs are too long. They're like a fold up lawn chair. I mean, if you put us in a race, all I'd have to do is take one of his knees outside. I think I'd be okay.
Well, I've got a bad knee already, so you go. You've got a leg up already, so there you go.
But Kacey, not now. I'm talking about back then.
Back
then.
No.
Yeah, back then.
No, he couldn't outrun me. In fact, I think I saw some of y'all, Matt, running early in the mornings.
Oh yeah,
the basketball guys.
Yeah, I was probably hanging over a trash can. That was not my thing.
I can take you down, Matt.
Yeah. I remember we used to have to run the lap. Remember, G? We would run the lap. We would start from the gym and go all the way around the campus, the entire campus.
And that's about the time when Kacey's just sitting back, just laughing at us. That was around the same time. Yeah. And why was Kacey laughing at us? Kacey, tell the audience what you did at Pan American.
What did you do when you were at school, Kacey?
Well, I was on the Sun Belt Conference Championship team.
Whoa.
Then a Hall of Famer. Look at you.
That was my sophomore
You're kind
year.
of a Hall of Fame. You're kind of a big deal around here.
Kind of a big deal. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. I was a double Sun Belt Conference champion in outdoor track my sophomore year in the 5,000 and 10,000 meters. I was also all conference my sophomore year in indoor track. My freshman year, indoor track, I was all conference. Outdoor track, all conference. I broke several school records.
Wow. Which ones? Which ones, Kacey?
My freshman year, it was indoor track in the 5,000, and then I turned around and broke it again my sophomore year.
Unreal.
In the indoor 5K.
Okay. So I take it back. I don't think any amount of training could help. Matt,
I would have been done.
Edit that out, Matt.
I don't even think I could have got to 1,000 meters. I'd have been like, I'm done. I'm used to running 94 feet, not 5,000 meters. That's not do, so.
No, that's all right. Your gift is on the court. That's okay.
My gift was on the court. Yeah, it was on the court.
He does want. Yeah, was is the key word.
Was is the key word. I'm a professional has-been now. So yeah, I totally.
Right.
So where are you? What have you? I mean, you came in '96. Where did you grow up? How did you get to Pan Am? The short version. What got you to Edinburgh?
No.
Okay. I was a 5-time state champion in 3A between cross country and track.
Where was that, Kacey? Where was it? What school was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Cameron, Texas. We were really close to College Station.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came from, a middle income family. So it's like my parents both made just enough money that, we couldn't qualify for like financial aid and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So,
Pell Grants and all that. Good stuff.
I was recruited by just about every major school, Arkansas, Oregon. I had the resume, but most of those schools, which a lot of people don't know, they don't give 100% full rides on these type situations. And a lot of the kids can get half rides or 3/4 rides, and then they get financial aid, which accumulates to, if you want to call it full ride, but it's with financial assistance.
Yeah.
And it was really big for my parents, for if I was able to get a full ride to help them out, because I had a younger brother. And Coach Harder had a very good reputation that he already had a team established. Like his best girl graduated, and it was like, if you come in and do the work, hopefully you can,
compete,
do your job there. And they offered me a full ride. And so my high school coach knew Coach Harder. And Monica Wesley Swift, that's also in the Hall of Fame. My high school coach was responsible for hooking her up with Coach Harder years before.
Wow.
And so that was the connection there. So
Monica, she's awesome. Yeah. Monica.
Yeah. And Harder actually he was great, and everything track wise and whatever, but he specialized in distance. He was a distance runner. So that made a big difference too. So that and the full ride, that's how I wound up way south.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah.
Kacey, just for like us layman people that don't understand, 5,000 and 10,000 meters, like put that, like how many miles is that?
Okay. Your 5,000 is going to be 3.1. Okay. 3.1 miles. Your 10,000 is going to be 6.2 miles. So 26 laps around the track there, if you want to do that tomorrow or the next day.
I had a tough time just doing one lap around the track.
Well, he had a tough time doing 100 yards, so that would be difficult. I don't think he could run. Oxygen. I think he'll
26 laps. Like, oh my gosh.
20. I can't even think of that. I can't even fathom that.
What was it? No. You said you what was your best time? Like you say you hold all these records.
That's right. What was
the best time?
You know what's interesting? When I won the 10,000 meters in outdoor track at the Sun Belt Conference, I don't remember what my time was. I'm sure they have it somewhere, but I had never done the 10,000 prior to that. So we needed a test run, and we just had a little home match deal with, I don't know if it was Kingsville. I don't know. It was, it's a smaller meet. And so they put me in with the boys, and because there was no other girls running, and basically just a time trial for me.
Yeah.
And I wound up almost breaking the record just by missing it a couple of. I didn't know that. Had my coach told me, I was like, I could have sped up a little bit, because it was just basically me by myself. Because I wasn't.
That's insane.
So it was like 37:10. It was like 37:10. So roughly, I'm going roughly.
Okay. Let's 37. Okay, let's look at that per mile. Okay, per mile. What is that?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'd have
That's
to.
Fast as hell. That's what that is.
I'd have to get my pace calculator. I'm not quite sure.
I mean, she just wakes up in the morning and it's excellence. Like,
this
I got
is
5 state championships. I got all Sun Belts.
I'll just wake up in the morning and piss excellence. That's right.
I'm guessing here. I don't have my pace calculator on me or time to pull it up, but I want to say around 5:30 something.
Just 5:30. Yeah. I don't think I've ever even touched
I may be off by that, but I know what I should have been able to.
Only time I've ever touched 5:30 is probably dinner time. That's it. I'm probably on my second lap by 5 minutes and 30 minutes.
He's in the dessert. He's in the entree and the dessert by 5:30.
Shout out to Bonanza. Like, shout out to Brian Molina and Bonanza. Right, used to love that place. But
oh man,
yeah. So I just, that's fascinating that you just said, okay, I'm gonna get thrown in, and I'm just gonna get this record, this conference record, right? And you were just kind of. The question I have for you is, when you're running for this 37 minutes, does your mind like, what are you thinking about when you're running? Or are you thinking about like, well, I've got this exam next week, or I've got, or like, are you really focused on your pace and your body and trying to get to the finish line?
The thing is, it depends on, it's situational with your different races. If I'm at, Rice or running at a track meet, I'm trying to PR, or I've got a goal set in mind on what I'm trying to hit. So that very much is pace oriented. Okay. And I need to know what I'm hitting to know what adjustments I need to make. Now, when you go into the Sun Belt, when you go into your conference, that's not about pace. That's about place. Do you understand the difference? Yeah. You're going by pace because you're trying to earn your team points. So that's strategy. And I knew, and I'm not trying to sound any way, but I knew with the field, because you can see who's entered, that it should not be a problem for me to have won at that particular Sun Belt conference in that race. Now, I knew that I had a 5,000 2 days later. Okay. I don't want to do anything that I don't have to do. So what I did is I let the fakers get out and start the race. I did not lead the race. I didn't need to lead the race. So I knew with 1 mile left to go that I was going to break. And when I say break, that means you break them. They can't do that. You don't pass gradually and let them ease on your heels and feed off you. You break hard, you get enough distance on them, and they don't have any hope of coming back. And that way, I'm not using everything I have, because I've got a 5,000 that I've got more competition with in 2 days. And I save my legs some, but I get the job done the way,
I don't, Kacey, I don't think you beat anybody. I think you just took souls out there. You were a soul taker.
Cha-Cha talked about that. You got to take souls, man. You got to, because think about it. And this isn't any sport, Matt. Let's talk about basketball. If you're in the last few minutes of the game and there's only a 10-point gap, you can't give people hope. Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope is a dangerous thing. So if I'm really running to win, if I don't make the charge and do it hard and I just go with them, float with them, what's my danger? Well, I could get second. Maybe I have to go hard enough. Maybe I hit a wall, but then I give up the chance of winning.
Yeah.
I
love that.
Yeah.
I
hope kids that are competitors right now, they watch this. They watch this podcast. It's such a mental aspect.
Everybody likes to assume something. And for most people that this is probably true. They probably really love their sport. I wouldn't necessarily tell you that I love to run. I love to win. And when I realized that I was good at it, why wouldn't I use it?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like to win?
That's beautiful. Now, did you have a car when you were in college?
I had a truck.
Oh, I was
from a rodeo
run
family.
Everywhere. Like, did you just like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna run to Whataburger and
I ran to town.
First of all, she wasn't eating Whataburger. You were eating Whataburger.
I was eating Whataburger. That's why I never saw you at Whataburger for Las Brisas.
My small town wasn't blessed with Whataburger. We had Dairy Queen. That was
Dairy Queens and Whataburgers. That's right.
Dairy Queen. Yeah, Dairy Queen is the stop sign of Texas right there.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but like when you were in college, like this question comes up all the time, but like with your teammates, because you're a team, right? Just like the basketball team, we hung around each other, right? Where was some of the places? I mean, diet was a big thing because Linda had talked about it in the previous episode, but where were some of the places that y'all like to visit and just kind of hang out as a team and kind of gather around?
That's a hard one, man. We were running so much 2-a-days and everything. Time. I mean, we just didn't have a lot of time. We'd meet, and I know I'm gonna not say this right. Patio, Patio. It's like a taco joint.
Oh yeah.
Be on the main strip.
El Pato.
El Pato?
El Pato.
Yeah. We love to go there and get breakfast tacos.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the first El Pato mentioned we've had,
That is
maybe good. Hey, but the best thing that they had there, and when I went to the induction, wasn't there anymore. Colonial restaurant. You could get breakfast there for $2.99. That included refried beans, tortillas, eggs, bacon, you
I
name it.
knew that. Man.
I had no idea.
All the baseball boys went there. So the track girls started going with the baseball boys. Cheap and sweet tea.
Ooh,
And it's still there? Casey,
no,
it's still
not
there?
anymore.
It is still
Not
there.
anymore. No,
Because
I
I was
don't
going to say, I asked somebody when I was there and down there, and they were like, "No, it's not."
Where was it at, Casey? Where was the location?
It was going towards out of town. Like if I was going back home, I can't remember that little side. It's not a loop. I can't remember.
Colonial. We'll have to look it up.
It was so good.
G,
So good.
G visits all those places, in his travels.
Well,
G
I'm hoping in my travels. I hope I can get El Pato as a sponsor, as an additional sponsor, just because Casey mentioned him on this show. And Casey has records at UT Pan American and now UTRGV. So
Casey's
residuals,
got
baby.
Look how many
Residuals.
fingers. Like these are all of Casey's records right here.
She's
When
got
she
her
was
rings,
in the
baby.
Sunbelt. Like,
She's got rings.
she's got rings. Like, I mean, it's just she just wakes up in the morning and pisses excellence. Like it's insane,
That's gonna be part of your bio,
Yeah.
Casey, on social
That's what
media.
you should. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, I want that on my headstone. I just woke up just excellence. So, what are you doing now? You no longer live in the Valley, right? But where are you at now? Do you still run for fun? I mean, you look like you're in great shape. Like
well, okay. So my husband is from Tyler. He actually played baseball for UTPA. So we moved here where he's from. I'm a stay-at-home mom now. Right when we moved here, I coached and taught for 3 years, and I got pregnant with my first child, and I was fortunate enough to stay home. I didn't. Quick note: I transferred out of Pan Am and finished at Sam Houston because my husband and I got married. So I ran track for them, and I actually got inducted to their Hall of Fame when my son was baby.
Look at this. She's got records at SFA too. Like, Jesus Christ, like.
But my point being, when you said that about running, a year before I had my son, because I tore my ACL my senior year at Sam Houston, trying to qualify for nationals in the steeplechase, and so I couldn't run for a long time after that. But then about a year before I had my son, I tried it again. My knee didn't fill up with fluid, and I qualified. I didn't run there because that wasn't the goal. I wanted to do a marathon just to see if I could, and I qualified for Boston.
Wow.
And
I woke up one morning and I qualified for Boston.
Like, woke up, no ACL. Just like, you know what? I want to see if I can qualify for the Boston Marathon.
I rolled out of bed. and I qualified for Boston Marathon. But no big deal, guys.
Fake that training, and that was on my bucket
you're
list.
right.
So I did that. And I actually ran while I was pregnant with my son. And I ran a 19:25 5K. I was 7 months pregnant with him.
I mean,
Matt, you got no anymore. Matt, it's a shame, Matt. I'm ashamed of myself. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm just ashamed.
I feel like an underachiever. Like this is.
You don't feel like it. You are.
No, but after that marathon, so I had tweaked something in my hip, and so I stopped for a while. But I just started trying to train a little bit for some road races now. But now I'm 46. Back then I was 35 or 36.
Yeah.
And so now I'm 46. But yeah, that's the goal, is to start running some races.
Next time we have you on the show, Casey, because you're welcome back anytime, right?
Yeah.
Next time she's gonna come with the story, G, that you know what? I just decided I flew to LA and I was just gonna run to Boston to run the Boston Marathon. Like some Forrest Gump type shit. Just
hey, when I get in shape, I'm just gonna drive down there. We're gonna pick out a race, and you need to be training too, and we'll go run it together.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit at El Pato and watch you, and just like start at El Pato, run
Well-
a big ass loop, like 6 miles, and then come back at El Pato.
No, we're gonna start at El Pato, and finish at Whataburger.
Yeah,
That's what we'll do.
that's what it
Those are
is.
two of Matt's
Hey,
favorite
look,
places.
if you want me to train with you, I'm gonna be in the car. I'll be the one driving behind you,
Like
and,
Rocky.
yelling out the window, "Go, Casey!" You know.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's my form of training right now. That's how I can support you. You know.
Okay.
But I had no idea that you're in 2 Hall of Fames.
Yeah.
That is,
And that you qualified for the Boston Marathon. That's pretty good. And I mean, tell us more about that, Casey. What happened? Did you end up going?
Here's what's crazy about it. Like I had never, like when like I said, when I set out, okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this. It was right after I had Micah, because Micah wasn't even a year old when I ran the marathon. But like I hadn't looked at Boston, like I didn't know what requirements were or whatever. And so apparently it's based by age, because after I finished the marathon, one of my best friend's husband said, "Did you know your time was good enough? You qualified for Boston." It's just a list of, like, say your age and what the time was or whatever. Right. And so it's kind of crazy. I was like, oh, well, I'm not running it, because I had gotten injured during the marathon. I had some hip problems.
Oh,
but,
okay. So you didn't.
But yeah,
okay.
I didn't even, like, it wasn't even on my mind. Like he was like, yeah, see, this is the list and you qualified. And then of course, the older you get, I guess the times aren't as fast that you have to hit. You know, I'm sure they're still challenging, but yeah.
Are you doing any kind of coaching right now? Like,
no, it's funny, because like all my kids that I coached, I still call them kids, and they're like, because I was like 22 when I started teaching. They're like in their mid to late 30s. Well, a few of them have reached out and had me come and help their kids.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Because why not? Like, what this is Casey right here. Like, this is like,
but it was like, you know, some of them don't, you know, in junior high, some of the coaches are just thrown into it. They don't know how to, you know,
it's done for a
train them in starting blocks and you know, all that. So sure. So no, I'm not an actual coach, but I do help some.
I love that. I love that.
Purposes.
Being in 2 Hall of Fames and having state records and state championships and like Sunbelt records. I mean, who wouldn't want you to help?
Yeah, and whether you have certifications or not, you have the experience, you have the mentality, and there's a lot that these kids can learn from you for sure. A lot of knowledge you can share. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, this has been insane. I know G's got a couple of questions to wrap up the show. But, like, I'm just baffled at your excellence. Like, we should have had you on a long time ago. Maybe by having you on the show now, our podcast will win some awards just by like rubbing off, you know?
I think so.
I hope so.
We should. I think we should win awards.
The $2 a month that we make from the show, like, maybe we can get it up to at least 5.
Triple.
You hear that, YouTube?
Yeah.
You hear that, YouTube?
Yeah.
Set the bar high.
Wow. So before we go into the questions, wrap up, Casey, who would you like to see on the show next? I know that.
Man.
I know that.
But you got to help them. You got to help us get them on the show. That's the only stipulation.
Who are you calling out?
Y'all have such a history, and I'm not throwing this out there because my husband played for Pan Am, but right in that Al Ogletree. Guys, you know, he was fixing to go out. My husband was there during the time that he got awarded. He was the winningest coach, like, of all time. And I want to say that they gave him the award at the Rice game, or was it the Notre Dame game? I was there. But y'all got such a plethora of people, because I think the Al Ogletree stories would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
so your husband is the one that you're calling out?
Yeah. Are you calling out
any of his friends? And I'll tell you another thing. Y'all got some baseball players that have produced great baseball players. Heath Autry, his nickname was Dirt. His son is playing at UT right now, and I mean that sucker's good. Y'all got some people.
We gotta get
y'all
some
can call.
dirt. We gotta get some dirt. Dirt's
We
Hey,
got to get some dirt on this program.
There was not, when I started dating my husband, there was not a single ball player on that team that didn't go by a nickname. I mean,
Really?
it was.
Well, you got to help us get all the baseball. Let's start with your husband first. You nominate your husband. What's his name?
His name is Benjamin Phillips.
Benjamin Phillips.
Wow.
You're nominating Benjamin Phillips. You got to help him get on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you in speaking terms with Ben? Are you
Well,
okay? Like, are y'all talking?
It depends. Today I am. We've been married. We've only been married a little over 25 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are you talking to him right now? I mean, is it something that you can talk to him? To be on the show. Okay.
I can work it out.
He was fixing something for you, so he's in good terms with you right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
The garbage disposal, I tell you.
That's right.
Shout out to
Wow.
Ben.
Shout out to Ben Phillips, man. Hey, 25 years, man. You married a winner, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, all right. So we're gonna play a little round of questions for you. They're fun questions. You can elaborate as much as you want. You can be as short as you want, Kacey.
Okay.
But you are playing for somebody in the Valley, and her name is Cha Cha, and I will make sure that Cha Cha gets these Wing Barn gift cards.
Okay.
Wing Barn, they're dang good, man. And so go check them out. They got locations all over the Rio Grande Valley. And Kacey's going to answer some of these questions and enlighten us with some of her responses for these Wing Barn gift cards.
Yep.
To Cha Cha. Cha Cha, shout out to Cha Cha. You know who you are, baby.
Cha Cha, you know who you are. Let's do it.
You know who you are.
Cha-cha.
All right. So, first question, Kacey. If you had to eat one food dish daily for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably pasta.
Of course.
He's already carving up because
She's
this is
carving up
excellent.
for
Yeah,
the
it's just
Boston
like-
Marathon.
I gotta,
All
I'm
right.
gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna want a race, so I might as well eat for it tonight. Like,
I might qualify for the Boston Marathon. I might just wake up and do it. All right. Second question. If you could have a superpower, but it had to be kind of useless, what would it be?
Oh, but it has to be useless?
It has to be useless.
Oh, man.
Girl, you already got
when you said
speed,
superpower, I was going to say fire coming out of my eyes, but
That's useless.
that's useless.
I
Yeah.
love it.
no, I could use it.
I mean, Kacey, you already have speed, so like that's granted. Like, yeah.
You got it. That's good. That's good.
All right.
All right. If you could be any animal, mythical creature, what would that be and why?
A mythical creature?
An animal or a mythical creature?
Oh, an animal.
An animal or a mythical creature.
Yeah, I'm going to skip on the. I won't do the mythical. I'm going to say a lion.
Ooh, wow. Why? Why do you say lion?
They're so athletic, and I'd rather be something that kills more than gets killed. I'm not.
There goes that winning mentality. Like, like foot on the
Ben,
throat.
Ben, are you
Morbid, that's
okay?
true.
Like, yeah.
Ben, blink twice if you're okay.
Ben, blink twice if you're alive, Ben. Like, what kind of animal would Ben be? Like, please don't say he would be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
He'd be a donkey.
I love this already. I can't. You've
my God.
already won. You've
Oh,
already
my God.
won. We
Oh,
got
I
it.
can't wait
We've
yeah.
got it. I love it. 3.
That's it.
Cha Cha, you win all the gift cards you want.
Oh my
She'll
God.
dance
That's
all the way.
amazing. That's a saddle up first where she called her husband a donkey.
No, she didn't call him a donkey. She said if he were an animal, he would
There
be a
you
donkey.
go.
So there's a difference.
Exactly.
I'm sticking up
difference.
for Ben. When Ben gets his episode, we're going to ask him the same questions. So he's
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
his
are.
chance. Ben,
We
you will
are.
get your chance. I promise. Right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, Kacey, you are you're a gem, man. You're a winner.
She's
You're
a
a
winner.
lion.
Yeah.
You're all the above. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
We
Oh my
learned
God,
so much
this is
about you,
Such a
and
great episode.
the audience did too. Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
so Matt, we're gonna wrap this up. Matt, do you want to ask about the soundtrack?
Yeah. So we have in closing, we have a Spotify soundtrack, like a playlist, and every guest gets to contribute 2 songs to this playlist. And so the songs that you either listen to now, a song that you listen to now, or one that would get you kind of amped and get you, get your in the mood for winning all those rings in those races and those
for the hunting.
For the hunting when you were the lioness, right? Like what song would you like to nominate to the playlist?
Okay, this is one song.
No, you get 2. You get one from then and one now.
Okay. Well, I'll go one that's. I mean, it's not new at all, but it's not old school. "Lose Yourself" by Eminem.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good one.
Now, old school, "Thunderstruck."
Oh,
dang, that is a good one.
Okay, "Thunderstruck." I'm adding it now.
Wow,
cool.
Matt, I didn't think we could have a better Friday than this, but we sure did, man. We did it. We had Kacey on. We've been trying to get her on, and man, so glad that we were able to share these memories and go back memory lane at UT Pan American and man, you know what? Hopefully someday, man, there's this little kid that listens to this podcast and breaks Kacey's records down the road at UTRGV.
Absolutely.
How would you like that? Man,
absolutely.
So awesome for you coming on, Kacey. Thank you so much for giving us your time. And UT Pan American Bronx for life, and V's up.
V's up, baby. Kacey, you are awesome. Take care. Stay in touch and keep pissing excellence, Kacey.
Like, we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. Like, something happened.